Postcolonial labor metrics in occupied Palestine reveal stark inequalities and resilience. Our research, led by Layla Hassan and team, quantifies disparities in employment, wages, and working conditions. We analyze how historical and political contexts shape labor dynamics, highlighting the resilience of Palestinian workers amidst systemic challenges. This study provides a comprehensive framework for understanding labor inequalities in post-colonial settings. This presentation explores the research structure and key areas of investigation into post-colonial labor metrics in occupied Palestine. We will delve into labor dynamics, data analysis methodologies, employment patterns, wage inequality, and structural factors affecting resilience. Exploring labor dynamics under occupation involves analyzing employment patterns and wage inequality. Our methodology focuses on data analysis to uncover structural factors affecting these dynamics. The results highlight significant disparities, prompting discussions on resilience and future research directions. This study contributes to understanding the socioeconomic impacts of occupation, offering insights for policy development and academic discourse. Labor dynamics in occupied territories are shaped by complex socio-political factors. These regions face unique challenges, including restricted movement and limited access to resources. Analyzing these dynamics requires a nuanced understanding of how occupation impacts employment patterns, wage structures, and economic resilience, providing insights into broader geopolitical influences on labor markets. The occupied Palestinian territories exemplify labor dynamics under military occupation, where economic activities are hindered by movement restrictions, permit systems, and resource control. Labor patterns are shaped by political realities, not just market forces. Structural dependency arises from land confiscation and territorial fragmentation, while international frameworks face political constraints, limiting their effectiveness. The research identifies complex intersections where historical trajectories, social systems, and international frameworks create multi-layered disadvantages. Traditional metrics inadequately capture the lived experiences of economic endurance and moral resilience. There's a critical need for structural analysis to document how occupation policies shape economic outcomes beyond conventional market logic. This study aims to illuminate the economic precarity faced under military occupation, focusing on how occupation policies influence labor outcomes beyond traditional market logic. It seeks to address structural dependencies impacting daily survival and long-term development while exploring perceptions of economic credibility, gender fairness, and the mechanisms sustaining resilience through informal economies. This research documents systemic economic precarity under military occupation, examining how occupation policies shape labor outcomes beyond market logic. It addresses structural dependency affecting daily survival and long-term development. Key questions include workers' perceptions of economic credibility and gender fairness, structural factors reproducing labor inequality, mechanisms sustaining resilience through informal economies, and the intersection of gendered exclusion and sectoral vulnerability. Our research employs a mixed methods approach, integrating both quantitative and qualitative analyses. We utilize data from the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics, focusing on the period from 2020 to 2024. This time frame allows us to examine the economic pressures during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, providing a comprehensive understanding of the socioeconomic dynamics at play. Our research employs a mixed methods approach, integrating quantitative and qualitative analyses. The primary data source is the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics from 2020 to 2024, focusing on the COVID-19 pandemic and its aftermath. Qualitative narratives enrich quantitative data, providing context through lived experiences during intensified economic pressures. The analysis is constrained by the available data from the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics, focusing on the 2024 period. This time frame highlights the economic pressures during the COVID-19 pandemic. While quantitative indicators are used, they may not fully capture qualitative resilience aspects. The geographic scope includes the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza Strip, viewed as interconnected territories. Our analytical framework involves data collection from the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics between 2020 and 2024, focusing on employment patterns and gender disparities. We map sectoral vulnerabilities and identify structural factors. Additionally, we analyze resilience mechanisms, providing qualitative context to understand the economic landscape during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our analysis from 2020-2024 reveals significant insights. Quantitative data highlights employment trends, while qualitative findings provide context. Key findings include notable gender disparities and sectoral vulnerabilities. These results underscore the need for targeted interventions to address structural factors and enhance resilience mechanisms. Analyzing employment patterns reveals significant gender disparities. Male employment rates consistently surpass female rates, while female unemployment and labor force exit rates are notably higher. These trends highlight systemic barriers women face in accessing and retaining employment, underscoring the need for targeted policies to bridge these gaps and promote gender equality in the workforce. Wage inequality varies across sectors, with the informal sector showing the highest gender wage gap at 41.9% due to minimal regulation. The private sector follows with a 28.3% gap, while the public sector, being the most regulated, has the smallest gap at 15.7%. The agricultural sector, characterized by seasonal work, has a 35.2% gap. Structural factors perpetuate inequality through occupation policies, gender roles, and territorial fragmentation. Informal economies bypass formal constraints, while resource control fosters dependency. Resilience mechanisms include cooperatives, kin networks, and community childcare, supporting economic participation and moral resilience through relational equity perceptions. Our analysis documents structural inequalities, focusing on employment, wages, and sectoral distribution from 2020-2024. We reveal significant gender disparities, particularly in informal sectors. By integrating qualitative narratives with quantitative data, we contextualize economic endurance and moral resilience. Additionally, we examine how occupation policies and gender roles perpetuate inequality. The study's limitations include reliance on 2020-2024 Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics data and partial capture of qualitative aspects. Future research should explore institutional support mechanisms, conduct longer-term studies, and assess international frameworks' effectiveness. Comparative studies with other occupied territories and policy impact assessments are crucial for understanding and addressing labor inequalities. Labor inequality in occupied Palestine is shaped by structural political constraints, not just market forces. Gender disparities are intensified by occupation policies and traditional roles. Economic credibility is viewed through relational equity. Resilience emerges from informal networks amid institutional absence. The occupation fosters structural dependency, impacting daily survival and long-term development. Thank you for your attention. For further inquiries, please contact us at researchwallam@edu. Explore our project archive at github.com, Postcolonial Labor Metrics, for more insights.